Alright guys, here we go. So remember, the two things that we have to know are to trace blood through the heart and the body, and to know the three vessels of the body. Alright? And so what we're going to do is we're going to go through all the parts of the heart and the body, and then we're going to trace the blood all the way in and out. Everybody with me? We all good?
Yes.
You guys ready?
Yes.
Alright, let's see. Alright, so the first part is going to be the vena cava. Alright, so let's go ahead and write that down. The first part is the vena cava. Let's all say that together. What part is it?
Vena cava.
Alright, vena cava. And so looking at the vena cava, do you think that's a vein or an artery? Okay, I'm hearing artery, I'm hearing vein. Which one do we think it is? A vein. Why would we say it's a vein? Alright, because it has vena in it, alright? So that means my first artery, I'm sorry, not my first artery, my first vessel is bringing blood to the heart, alright? So now my next part is the right atrium. What's the second part?
Right atrium.
Right atrium. Then after that, we're going to go to, or through, the AV valve. Okay? It's also called the tricuspid valve. We can all say AV valve. I don't have to teach you guys how to pronounce that, right? We're good? Okay. Once we go through the AV valve, after that, we go into the right ventricle. Now, if you notice, right, I have an atrium here and I have a ventricle there, right? So those are my two chambers of the heart. Remember that from last class. So every in between every atrium and every ventricle, you're always going to see an AV valve. What do you think that A stands for?
Atrium.
Atrium, okay. And let me get hands. What do you think the V stands for? Mr. Molina. Okay, ventricle. All right. And so that's how that works. So between every atrium and every ventricle, right, you're always going to see a valve. All right. From there, we're going to go through the PS valve. All right. The PS stands for pulmonary semilunar valve. So after we leave the ventricle, we go through what?
Pulmonary.
Okay, I'm hearing some people trying to be fancy, say pulmonary semilunar. Some people just want to do the shortcut and say PS valve. Whatever it is, whatever you're comfortable with, that's what you guys can go with. Everybody ready for the next step? All right, after that, we're going into the lungs. Now, what happens at the lungs, right, is that we're going to pick up what? What do you think we'll pick up in the lungs? Oxygen. All right, we're going to pick up oxygen. All right, and then once we leave the lungs, we're going to go into the pulmonary vein. I think we might need to say that one together, right? So what's the next step after the lungs?
Pulmonary vein.
All right, pulmonary vein. After the pulmonary vein, we go into the left atrium. What do you think we're going to go through next? Okay, another valve, right? Because after every atrium, you're going to see a what? A valve, all right? And so we're going to go through the AV valve, which this one is called the bicuspid valve. And so what comes next? What do you think comes next?
Ventricle.
Ventricle, which one? The left ventricle. Because naturally, since we're in the left atrium, we're going to go into the what? The left ventricle. All right? After the left ventricle, then we're going to go through another valve, okay? And that is called the AS valve. It stands for aortic semilunar valve. You guys can just go with AS valve. So don't confuse AV valve with AS valve, all right? This is to show you that it's going to go from the ventricle into the another part of the heart. So after that, we're going to go into the aorta. I think we need to say this word together. Let's all say it together. Aorta. Ready, set, ready, go.
Aorta.
Aorta. Okay? Now your aorta is the main vessel that takes blood away from the heart. All right? Your vena cava are the main vessels that take blood into the heart. And then my last step is to the body. All right? So now we've gone all the way through the heart into the body. So let's do a quick recap. All right? So what's my first step? Okay, second step.
Right atrium.
Third step.
AV valve.
Fourth step.
Right ventricle.
Fifth step.
PS valve.
Sixth step.
Lungs.
7th step.
Pulmonary vein.
8th step.
Left atrium.
9.
AV valve.
10.
Left ventricle.
11.
AS valve.
12.
Aorta.
Last
To the body.
to the body. Now, quick question. Let's see who knows anything about this. If you notice, the first part is blue, and then the second part is red. Why do you think that is, Mr. B?
Because once it goes to the lungs, it picks up oxygen and makes the blood red.
Perfect. Right? Now, I know when we say there's blue blood, right? There's no such thing as blue blood. All right? So everybody erase that from their memories. No blue blood. All right? It's actually a really, really, really dark red. Okay? It's a really, really dark red. And so what happens is, like Mr. B said, once we get to the lungs, we pick up oxygen, my blood now turns from dark red to red. Everybody with me? All right, and then the last thing, right, so my veins, a good way to remember that is my veins, they take blood to the heart, okay? They take blood to the heart, all right? So a good way to remember that, any Hispanic people? All right, how do you say come here in Spanish? Okay, ven aquí, right? So think like that. The ven needs to go to, all right? Haitians, any Haitians? Go ahead. Okay, how do you say come here in Haitian Creole? Okay, vin palo, all right? So the vin means to go to. Any Americans? We don't have anything, okay? So just remember that vin means to go to, all right? Everybody with me? All right. So here's the catch. Everybody, stand up. Alright guys, so what we're going to do is we're going to go through a journey, alright? We're going to go through the actual blood trace of what we just did. So, bring your Bibles with you. Like I said, we're going on a quick journey, alright? And so what we're going to do is we're going to go outside first and line up. So let me go through the journey real quick, what we're going to do, so everybody can understand. So we're going to start in the hallway to represent a vessel going into the heart, okay? That's going to be your what? Let's see who remembers with their Bibles closed. The what? The vena cava. Think about it like this. Let's say that you're being chased by an animal in the wild, right? And you see a cave. What are you going to do? Run inside the cave, right? So think of that. The first part is vena cava, all right? Think of the cave that you're running into. Now, if you're being chased by this animal and the animal can't go inside the cave, are you going to go back out that way or are you going to try to find another way? Find another way. And that's when we go through the heart all the way to the body and we get out until we get outside. Everybody with me? Alright, so let's do it. So everybody walk outside from here. We're going to go to the green wall. Oh, wait, stop real quick. Forgot. So now what happens is this is what we're going to do. We're going to go to the hallway right here to represent the vena cava, and then we're going to go through each step. When I ask you what the step is, you guys are going to have your Bibles with you, and you're going to say what the step is that represents where we are. Okay? Now, when we walk out of the classroom, when we go back in to represent the ventricle, everybody's going to turn around and walk out backwards. Why? Because we're going away from the heart, okay? So that would represent what? A vein or an artery? An artery. Now let's talk about how when we go outside real quick. When we go outside, guys, it's going to be a little dangerous. We're going to go down the stairs. Inside the stairs, there is a rail, okay? The inside rail. Put your hand on the inside rail and just step by step go down the inside rail. We're going to do that all the way till we go outside, okay? Is everybody with me? All right? So that's what we're going to do. All right, so everybody... All right, guys, so now we're in the first step. All right, what's my first step? The vena cava. What are we going to do next? We're going to go to what?
Right atrium.
We're going to go to the right atrium. All right, come on, guys, let's move. Stop right here on this side. Come on, everybody. All right, where are we now? All right, we're in the right atrium. Okay. Now, the next step is going to be to go into the ventricle. But before we go into the ventricle, we're going to go through what? The AV valve, all right? So now, if we're thinking about my journey, what do you think would represent the AV valve? What is between the lobby of my classroom and my classroom?
The door.
The door, okay? So the door is going to represent the valve. Now, what the valves do is they prevent the backflow of blood, because you don't want your blood to flow backwards. Everybody with me? All right, guys, go ahead and go inside the ventricle. Come on backwards, come on backwards. Come on backwards, come on backwards. All right, so we're now leaving the ventricle, okay? We're now leaving the ventricle, all right?